November 14th, 1890 wasn't known for a whole lot. Navy played Army in the first football game at West Point. Also, the first fire escape was patented. And then there was also a woman by the name of Hattie Farmer who was killed at her home at 9:45 in the morning. This is the story of the Hattie Farmer murder. Hi. What do you know about this Hattie Farmer murder?
I learned about it several years back, and I know it happened late, I believe it was 1890, and I got I kind of fell across it by mistake. I was actually researching another case. I'm with the Historical Society here in town, and it really caught my attention because all these years later, even though they had this huge manhunt out for the murderer, it's still never been solved. And as you know, the Melrose family, which was Hattie's family, has had their share of troubles in other areas as well. So it just kind of caught my attention.
I think we need to check into this. Have you been there? Have you been to the grave site?
I have. Again, kind of stumbled across it by accident. As far as I know, only one other person has actually ever been there. When I went, it was years ago, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we can find them again.
All right, so I got a friend that lives in Acton. She's lived there forever. She's got an animal sanctuary. Her name is Rikki Rockett, so I think I'm going to call her and see if she can meet us out there. And
sounds great.
In the meantime, I'm going to do some
sounds great
work. All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right. See you later.
Hattie Farmer was a mother of 3 children. She had a husband who was a carpenter. He was away in San Diego on a job. She woke up one morning. She hears somebody outside, and she opens the door, and it's an Indian on horseback, and he's asking for some water. So she gives him some water. He finishes, hands her the cup. She turns around, and he shoots her in the back. The son waited in the bushes for quite some time and then got worried about the baby that was in the house, checked on the baby, ran down the street, and got help. By 12:45, the whole place was teeming with sheriffs, and a posse was quickly assembled. A reward went out for $300 by the governor, and for weeks they hunted for this Indian. This is one of those cases where I don't know what to expect. It's not a lot of people know about it, which is a big reason why Lauren's going with me again today, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't know anything about it. There is some background on it. I've mentioned some of it already, and I'm going to have Lauren talk about some of it.
I'm with the Historical Society here in Santa Clarita, and I just kind of fell across this. Myself and another researcher, I think, just sort of stumbled across the article by accident and realized it was here in our own hometown, and it just got me interested, and I went out looking to find her gravesite, which I found, which hopefully I can find again today, and just kind of went from there. And it's never been solved, and it just really intrigued me. I have heard reports of figures, shadowy figures, in this canyon that we're going into. Who knows how much of that is true? Might be one of those urban legends that you find in any sort of desolate canyon in any town, but we'll see. I guess we'll try to find out.
We're going to go meet Rhea. Rhea is a friend of mine that lives in Acton. She knows Acton. She's been there for quite some time. She grew up in Palmdale, born in Alaska, but was raised in Palmdale, Acton area, and really knows the area well. So we're going to meet with her, and she's going to kind of be our Acton liaison. All right, lights, camera, Acton. We have arrived in Acton, And we're just waiting for Rhea to show up over here. And that might be her, I can't tell. You put in a call to your friend, right? Oh, there's Rhea.
Oh, leave it out.
Hey, you. Hold on, let me...
Hi, Lauren.
Hello.
Story number 2 is that there were 3 Indians that came to the house that day, demanded to come inside. She said no, tried to go back in the house. One of the Indians grabbed her, wrestled around with her. She escaped, ran for the house. He shot her. They went in, ransacked the place, took everything they could take, and that would be a motive. So we're really not sure.
There's 2 graves up there.
Are the kids, the relatives? She said she went to school with some of the farmers.
With a farmer.
Yeah.
They're out here still?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I really don't know.
What happened to the family after she died? Do you know?
It's all in the book.
Did you? What's it called?
Heritage Happenings.
Oh, it is Heritage Happenings. Oh, okay.
And everything in there is random. There's no, you can't just open the book and go down the list and find what you need.
You
It's all
have to
random.
read through it. Yeah. Okay.
I know where you're at.
I know.
Okay, guys, have fun.
Thanks, Bobby.
I'm out of here.
Thank you. Going up the hill where the grave is. There's so much history out in these kind of places. It's like, it's never ending, you know? Somebody said, hey, what happens when you run out of stories? I'm not going to run out of stories. One thing keeps leading to another. If I wouldn't have investigated the Billywhack monster, if I wouldn't have investigated the lady in white, I wouldn't be led to another thing. Oh, I just stepped on something that did not feel good.
Getting a divorce. Oh, they're not just little rocks. They're graves.
No, they're great. They're the real deal.
As you can see, this is the grave plot of Harriet Farmer, or Hattie Farmer, and it's well preserved.
As random as this is, it's very common on here.
Many more that we don't know about.
That we don't know about. There's a lot of hangings here. There is a lot of, it was the Wild West. It was the Wild West. We can solve this mystery. You can really rest in peace. Did you get shot and killed by an Indian?
So far, nothing is reading at this point in time. But it's like if I aim over here, I immediately get it. It's almost like this is more active.
Nancy.
Hattie wants to be left alone. I am not getting the feeling that this is haunted up here. I don't feel like these 2 souls are So what we're going to do is go to where the gunfight occurred, right where Rosie shot Mr. Broom. There was a guy named Broom, William Broom, who lived in the neighborhood also, and he had a dog, and his dog was a pit bull. Well, a man by the name of Rosie Melrose, who just happened to be Mrs. Farmer's brother, because her maiden name was Melrose. Broom's dog attacked his dog, Llewellyn. So he promptly went over and shot the pit bull. Well, Broom had Rosie Melrose arrested. But he was in the pocket of some of the lawmen in that town, and he got off, no problem. Well, this feud went on for years and years. So on January 20th, 1903, just like in the old Wild Wild West, Rosie Melrose drew his gun, shot Broom in the chest 5 times, kicked the corpse, from my understanding. He went to trial 3 times for this murder.
What do you know about the gun battle, the gunfight?
Where was that gunfight at? Exactly.
Corey Street.
I think it was Corey. I'd have to look it up. At the end of Corey is where the old schoolhouse is.
And it was over somebody's dog or something.
The guy was acquitted for shooting and killing them. Okay, can I go? It's been a long day.
This was the location of the hotel where the shootout was. Somewhere in here is where the man was shot dead. Right in this area somewhere. We got to find out exactly where. If anything's haunted, this is.
I dug up the basement and I found mostly dirt. The walls, old piano.
Wow.
Jars of buttons, stuff like that.
Wow.
All 3 times the jury was hung. They even exhumed Broom's body. He walked. So, how does this tie in? Well, first of all, it's her brother. And number 2, back then, some people did raise their eyebrows and go, wow, this is a guy that is very on the edge. We never found an Indian. There was even mixed reports if it was an Indian. You have to remember, people were very racist towards Indians back then. So you always blame it on the Indian. It's not necessarily the case, but it could have been. And why would Rosie Melrose murder his sister? That'd be some pretty intense sibling rivalry, but it has happened. Was anything taken from the house? Again, conflicting reports. The murder remains unsolved. It remains unsolved, number 1, because, well, there were just mixed reports, and number 2, they never got the guy. They had a description, at least from a 7-year-old boy. Everybody went to their grave, and nobody ever figured it out. We wanted to see if there was a restless spirit, because if there was any restless spirit, and if anybody deserved to be a restless spirit, trust me, it was Hattie Farmer. Remember, take care of each other, and keep rock alive. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please consider doing it. Hit that like button if you like this video, and turn on your notifications so you know when I upload new videos.